this is Sean Crawford here with Rainwater Management Solutions. Just going to take you through an RMS 200 series controller. This comes pretty, this is a pretty standard unit with our rainwater treatment packages, as you'll see here. It's controlling the system, so this is for rainwater reuse. So you'll see it, the entire system. You'll see the cistern here. It's monitoring level there. It's also, you'll show low float or in the submersible pump. So if it's a red indication light, that means it's disabled. So this unit's not in use right now, so it's showing disabled. But that low float is monitoring, make sure that the submersible pump doesn't run dry if there's no water inside the storage tank. We're also monitoring some indication lights on the treatment system as well. This is pressure differential, so you'll notice if you have a drop in pressure, then those will alarm. That means you need to change the filters. You also have a UV light indication alarm as well. So if the UV light is disabled or something's wrong with it, it will alarm and tell you on the control panel as well. Then you'll see this project had a day tank on it. So basically we're pumping up from the main cistern to a day tank. Then you'll be tracking, you'll see a high float, mid float, low float. Those are basically telling what needs to fill the day tank. This day tank is holding clean filtered water for reuse, and that's where the booster pumps are taken out to reuse. So we have a high float. High float is saying, okay, fill with rainwater. Mid float is saying fill with domestic water because there's not enough rainwater, or the rainwater's not filling at a fast enough rate. And then low float is a hard alarm, so that means that domestic water and rainwater is not filling the tank. You should always have water in that tank. Disable this pump, alarm the system. So we have 5 different setup screens. So we've got setup, different screens. We have setup screen, manual, main, flow, and alarms. So I'll show you what alarms looks like. Alarms is really hard faults, issues with the system you definitely want to get down there and check out. You'll see this light come on and it will make a noise, an audible alarm, if one of these alarms are triggered. So typically these are, you'll see a UV light fault. This one's got day tank low float. It's got a dry fault because there's something wrong with the pump. So there's also a pressure differential fault because that means they need to change the filters. We'll have a flow meter page. So that's just tracking your total flows, tracking your current flow and total flows. So if you want to know how much domestic water you're running and how much rainwater you're running, it will track that. Back to your main screen, manual. So manual, you can open and close valves, different things. Typically don't want to be operating in this. And then you have your setup screen. So that's where you can set up dates for the unit, time for the unit, any other sensors that need setups, manual setups on site, they'll be set up there. Back to your main screen. So when you want to start the control panel and it's on, you want to get everything running. What you'll do is you'll go up here to the start button, hit start, and that will turn green. That means everything will start operating as it should. A lot of times we get these out there, the customer might be in stop mode and they don't know and they think the whole system's not working. Just go on up there and hit start and it'll start running. All right, again, this is Sean with Rainwater Management Solutions. This is the RMS 200 control panel.